He's about this tall.
Wow.
He's frightening.
I never want to do an interview at his house again because I couldn't find it. Even my sat-nav burst into tears.
Whenever you're at darts and you see that name mentioned, you don't need to say anything.
Welcome to Settle It, the fiercest sports debate show on the planet. I am your host, Charlene Smith. Now, I know we normally dive straight into football debates, but today we are changing sports entirely and ranking the greatest darts player of all time. Joining us for today's episode, we have two legends. We have former world #1 champion on the Jockey, Colin Lloyd.
Hello.
And we have Sky Sports reporter, Michael Bridge. Welcome to you both.
Thank
Are
you.
you ready?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so this is how it's going to work. You guys will select a player and you'll debate where they're ranked on our darts tier list. S being the top of the list and working your way down to D.
Right.
All right?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
This is the legend bit, by the way. There was no need for that, but yeah, I appreciate that, yeah. I need a nice boost in this weather.
All right, guys, we'll get straight into it. Let's start off with you, Colin.
Right,
Colin to throw first, eh?
game on. This is where the nerves kick in.
Yeah.
Right, who have we got?
Gary.
The Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson, two-time world champion, winner of so many other majors. I mean, what a player.
Yeah.
On his day, Bridgie, I mean, he's class, isn't he?
Yeah, and still doing it. He's very vocal. I mean, I've had numerous times when he's interviewing, he says, it's not darts anymore, don't task you, but he's still loving it. He was going to prove a lot of the young uns wrong, and he's still playing some decent stuff. And on his day, Lloydie, I mean, one of the most enjoyable players to watch. He's
one of these people, isn't he, that he always turns around and says, I've had enough, I'm packing up. Next thing you know, you see him in a major final. And I still think deep down, he knows he can still win another major. Like I say, I think he's got about 5 or 6 majors now, 2 of them being world titles.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think he's an S, personally.
Well, do you know what? I was going to go B because
okay.
I wanted to, there's not, maybe not enough world titles. I'm being controversial.
Probably,
He was a big name moving from the BDO to the PDC. He's done so much for darts. He's always, if you've got a ticket for Gary Anderson, you're like, great.
Yeah.
I'm probably being a bit harsh. You're going S. That's very early S.
So we split it and go an A.
Go on then.
What do you think?
What? It depends who else we've got.
Well, yeah, we don't know that
You
yet.
are allowed to move players around as well.
Are we allowed to move them around?
Yes, you can move them around.
Right. Look.
But he's back-to-back world champion.
Yeah, that was great.
Defended it.
Do you know what?
A.
Should we agree on A? All right, let's do A.
I mean,
then.
we can get a bit further along and put him down to C.
I mean, the problem I've got is that I've still got to see him at Christmas. So
I haven't.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a bit scared of him.
Right. Yeah. I'm going A.
God, yeah, I agree. So
I'm going
halfway.
Halfway.
With A.
Right, okay, right. My turn to throw. James Wade, James the Machine Wade. I mean, this guy for me, he just, and very much like Gary, he likes still being around. He likes to say controversial things, proving people wrong. He's just come off a world match play final. He's probably one of very few people at the moment who can give Luke Littler a game. That's probably the best compliment I could pay him at the moment, Lloydie.
Yeah. I mean, he lost in the UK Open final as well, didn't he? Both results, obviously, to Luke Littler. 9 majors. Class player. He's been around forever. He's been around since 2004, I think, 2005 in the PDC. He started off in the BDO, the old BDO circuit, and he's just been up there ever since. And when you thought he was on the slide, and he really was on the slide, he dug his heels in, and all of a sudden, major final, winning events again, won the World Series. You think to yourself, well, Wade, he's back. He's won everything there is to offer. The only thing he hasn't won is a World.
And that's why, for me, I'm going potentially B or C, because I can't do an A if he's not won a Worlds.
I agree with that. B or C.
I'm inclined to go B for now.
Okay. Yep.
For now, because again, another one I'm scared of. But there we go. Yep. All right. Lovely. Being honest.
All right. Your turn, Colin.
Me again. Right from the top. We don't know who they are.
Oh.
Bobby George.
Take it away, Lloydie.
Robert Francis George. How the devil out? Still here, son. Bobby George. Listen, absolute showman. One of my pals. 2-time runner-up in the world. two-time News of the World champion. And in some respects, Bridget, they used to say at the time when he won his first one that the News of the World was harder to win than the World Championships.
Ali Pali.
Yeah, three-time Butland Grandmaster, all-round good guy. For me, Bobby was someone that, well, his words to me were actually, he got to a Y in the road. Everyone else went down that way. He went the exhibition route.
Yeah.
But then he took like 5 years out from competing to go down the exhibition scene. And then he come back again and qualified and got to a major final again. No world titles for Bobby George, but two News of the World, so majors in the time, the Butland Grandmasters, which a lot of the younger viewers won't have heard of, but a massive title to win back in the late 70s, early 80s. But yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are on Bobby.
My thoughts are, in terms of entertainer, showman, what he's brought to the sport from people outside, you'd have him on an S. In terms of honours, he's around there.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't won enough.
Yeah.
But also, when the BDO and the PDC split in the mid-90s, I mean, people put every penny of their savings into these court cases. About 9 or 10 people, Phil Taylor, Dennis Priestley, all these big names went that way. Eric Bristow, he's the only one who stayed with the BDO.
Yeah.
And he still says to this day, I don't regret it. I wonder if maybe he does. You know him a lot more than me.
Yeah. The thing for me is, Bobby says to me, or he said to me on numerous occasions, he said, I was never asked. He said, I never got approached. I never had the conversation. So he stuck with the BDO. So for me, Bridget, like you say, value for money, Bobby was second to none. But we're talking about titles, prolific winners and things like that. So I'm going to put Bobby down. Myself personally, I'm going to say a C.
Oh, wow.
Do you agree with that, or do you feel like he should be a bit higher?
Do you know what? Wait, the ping, the comments after that. Because I actually, do you know what? In terms of honours, I agree with him. But in terms of status and name, he's right up there. But if we're talking, put him down there.
Are we talking honours now, or are we talking what they've done to influence the game?
Well, that would elevate me for possibly him to a B.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But are we talking honours? If we're talking value for money...
I think it's everything.
And who he is.
I think it's everything.
All right, then. So if we are going to do the whole shebang... Yeah, I'll definitely go B. Yeah,
I'll go
definitely.
B.
Yeah.
I'll go B.
We're going B.
All right, who have you got now, Michael?
Oh, what? Gezi, Gerwyn Price. I mean, where to start? I mean, world champion, 3-time Grand Slam champion. He's won Grand Prix. He's been world number 1, I'm sure, as well. And again, it's a bit like James Wade. He's one who can still give the Luke Littlers a really good game at the moment. Oh, this is a tough one for me. This is a tough one because, again, ultra competitive, a Premier League regular year after year. If I'm picking my Premier League players, if I'm picking the front of a sticker book, for example, I'm putting Gerwyn Price on there.
What about his mental games as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's calmed down a bit, though. I mean, he was the guy you'd boo all the time, but I think I spoke to him a few years ago. I said, Gezi, stop playing against the crowd. It's costing you matches. It's costing you matches. I'm gonna go B again for Gezi. I'm gonna go B again because I'd like to see him win more, and he's still got plenty of years ahead of him to go from if we do this in a few years' time, and we might give him an A. I can't go higher than a B. I don't know. What do you reckon? I don't know.
Saying,
he does actually drain himself in the fact that when he first burst onto the scene, he was a superstar. He was a superstar. But now he has activities and other things away from darts. It's as if I don't want to say his focus has gone, because, listen, he's won a darn sight more than what I could have ever achieved in the game. And like Bridgie said, he's still a very class act. And I think there's still plenty left in the tank, and he loves proving people wrong.
Yep.
And so, he'll probably say to us, told you, he'll look at me and Bridgie, maybe after the World Championships, that thing you done, you're going to put me up now, the superstar.
Yeah, watch this.
But I totally agree with Bridgie. There's room for improvement. There's not room for improvement, that's the wrong words. There's room for more.
Yeah.
And I think there possibly will be more.
All right, and we'll move on now, Colin.
Down to me again.
Who have you got? Adrian Lewis.
Jackpot. 2-time world champion, UK Open champion, European champion. Unfortunately, I think for Adrian, I think Bridget will agree with me here as well. We lost Adrian out of the game because of issues in his private life. Not drastically, but his priorities were somewhere else. I believe he could have won more. I really believe it. He was that talented. He was such a player. I mean, it was Phil Taylor's protege. Then Adrian branched out on his own, and you don't get handed major titles. And sometimes when you watched Adrian on telly, there was some lapsy-daisy bits, as there is from some players even to this day. But when he was on, I thought he was devastating, Bridgie. I thought he was devastating in his day.
Like Gary, like off the back, two-time world champion. He had some classics. Classic I remember against Phil Taylor in the Grand Slam semi-final. I mean, I know this is one where we've got to argue with each other, but we've both been around it so long. I kind of agree with him, and it was sad to see him drop off the way he did. I can't go higher than a B, but I can't go lower than a B. He's a B for me. He's a B all day long. Yeah,
I tend to agree with you. As much as a great player, Adrian, he's a lovely fella. I still think there was more to come, but like I say, he had to step away. For his own mind and for everything else that was going on in his life. But you can never take away what he's achieved in the game. And for that reason, like Bridgie said, maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't. We're not sure yet. But yeah, I'd like him to like Gezi. So, yep, totally agree.
Right. B is looking very popular at the minute.
To be or not to be? That is the question for Snake by Wright. Peter Wright. Right, sorry. Right. Now, again, someone who's won, 2 world championships. This is the tale of the two-time world champion in terms of AD as well.
Yeah.
UK Open, European champion, match play champion as well. Sorry, I'm gonna do it again.
Are you going B on this one again?
But look, once we're all down, we can shuffle it around. But Peter, I think it's fair to say, I think we have seen the best of Peter. It's becoming more of a young person's game at the moment. He's had a great career. He's a great character, great guy. I never want to do an interview at his house again because I couldn't find it. Even my sat-nav burst into tears. My sat-nav burst. He said, I've got nothing left. The old sat-nav. It was in a farm in the middle of nowhere. It made Emmerdale look like central London. But he's a great guy, great character. I mean, changes his darts, we change our socks.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about his flamboyant outfits as well. I mean, how would you describe those as well as his walk-ons?
He's been so great for the game.
I'd be interested to see what he turns up this year at the World Championships. He's been the Grinch.
Yeah.
He's been like Father Christmas. He's been everything. So
but this is maybe he could be an elf. Massive for him this year because we could be heading to the end because of just the way darts is going on the order of merit. I'm sorry, everybody. I will have to go for B again. I can't help it.
B, all right.
I don't know what you think. I don't know what you reckon.
Listen, me personally, if I'm being brutally honest, I would have put him next to Ando.
Okay.
But it's your choice.
No, it? Well, it's more mixed.
I mean, you guys debate it out.
Because I think with what he's achieved in the game, it's likened to Ando.
Yep, okay.
2-time world champion, UK Open champion, European Open champion. I think he has been the real deal.
Yes.
I think we're possibly going to, not that we can see him, I think we're going to be getting some, listen, they're all big names, but I think we're going to get some big guns from now on in. And listen, I'm not so sure that C and D are going to get used up, but I personally think he's an A. But
all right.
If you think he's not...
No, let's do that.
You're going to settle there?
Let's do it.
All right. We'll settle there with that one. All right.
Right, come on, next one.
And on that note, we're going to go to this one, which is...
Jockey Wilson.
The wee man, Jockey Wilson.
Very much a Bobby George kind of debate here for me.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Jockey is when I come in...
2 world titles, wasn't it? 2 world titles?
Scottish legend.
Yeah, I mean, he actually put darts on the map for Scotland.
He was their first...
He was someone that he wore his heart on his sleeve. He was a proud Scotsman and whatever. I don't know too much about Jockey. Unfortunately for me, when I got into the circuit, Jockey had just stepped away. But as someone who's watched, grown up, played the game of darts, it was always exciting to see Jockey because there was sheer brilliance, and then there was mediocre stuff thrown in between. But in saying all of that, he was a British pentathlon champion. He was a 2-time world champion. But other than that, just from chatting with like Bobby and Eric and people like that over the years, he never really done a lot else. He never really won that many ranked tournaments. I think he might have won a Danish Open or something like that. Ultimately, in any sport, the biggest thing you could be is a world champion.
Absolutely.
I'm going B on this one, Lloydie.
Yeah,
Mid-table,
yeah.
no sitting on the fence, Michael.
Yeah.
No, I just all what Lloydie said there, but he has won 2 world titles.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, like people who watched darts when they were young, you'd mention him maybe as one of the 3 or 4 on the lakeside. He was, like the era of the pub and the smoking and the drinking, that's not really there really anymore, especially not the smoking. But he'd always have a cigarette in his hand, usually sometimes playing. And
Would he not edge A a bit?
not for me.
No?
And that's controversial. And we'll get people watching, the older generation will hate me saying that, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I've got 5 left here.
Listen,
Lloyd's got 4, and I've got
the influence that he done for Scottish darts.
Yeah. We've got 2 Scots there.
And,
we've helped Scotland enough at the moment. I mean, they qualify for the World Cup.
And then obviously he's not part of this list.
Yeah.
The next world champion
Can't
for
over Scotland this.
was Les Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
There was Les
It wore a
Wallace.
kilt.
And then after that was Gary Anderson. So
That was irrelevant.
I agree with Bridget. I'm going
I don't know why I
B.
said he wore a kilt. That's irrelevant. Relevant to darts. Right.
Representing Scotland, obviously.
Yeah.
B, Bridgie.
Where we go?
We're going
B.
B?
Yeah, I think so.
Mid-table.
Yeah,
And
B.
everyone's like, B
We're going
again.
B.
Well, maybe we'll move it in
Yeah.
a minute. So just chill out, everyone. Right.
All right, who
okay.
have you got,
The next
Michael?
one. Oh, nervous here. Oh, my
Luke
God.
Littler.
Oh, goodness me. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, we've just come off the back of the Grand Slam. He's won the match play this year. He's a current world champion. And as you're watching this, is the new world number 1. He goes into Alexandria Palace as the number 1.
The 14th world number 1.
14th, and the youngest of all time, 18. I think the second was Michael van
Insane.
Gerwen at around early 20s. It's astonishing. Now, I'm sorry, what he's brought, I've literally had my child's school teacher say, can you get a video message for the school? Everyone loves Luke Littler. He's taken this game to steps that I never expected it. Ticket sales, everything, brand, sponsorship, everything. Darts has got big year after year, but when Luke came along,
It's as if he's
never had anything
reinvented
like
the
it.
brand,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's as if he's reinvented the brand.
I'm sorry, and I make no apologies for any of that. He's been phenomenal. And for someone, I used to forget when I used to interview him at 16, I'd think, you're 16. I think he's handled it ever so well.
Yes,
He's so mature as well with his persona and everything that he's achieved.
Yeah.
Is he straight S on the table?
For me, he is. I'm sorry. I don't care if that's controversial.
I'm going to be controversial.
Oh, wow.
No,
Oh.
I'm not actually. No, I think like what Bridgie says, I mean, what he's achieved in such a short period of time. I mean, we're not even looking at the things he'd done before he got on the circuit. He's only coming up to 2 years come this Christmas, isn't it, Bridgie?
Yeah.
It's only 2 years. And look at the titles he's won already. And look at, it's the influence as well. You've got youngsters, you've got all these academies now. You've got the JDC, you've got 360, you've got Elite, you've got academies all over the country. And you've even got youngsters waiting to join these academies because there's only so many trainers there that can say, listen, we can't take any more in because we're only allowed so many in the building. There's only so many as trainers. So you've actually got youngsters waiting to join these academies. And that's the influence that he's had. And listen, he's going to win so much more.
Yeah, I mean...
So much more.
I get asked this question a lot, I'm sure Lloyd does. Will he win as many as Phil Taylor world titles? No.
No.
Not because of Luke Littler's ability, it's just what he's going to have up against him. If you think he's young, you wait in a couple of years. You wait, everybody. There are 16, 15, 16, 17-year-olds, whereas darts managers right now are going, oh, yeah, I cannot wait.
There's 12 and 13.
12 and 13-year-olds doing no-look, 180s. That's the level we're getting, and he's played a big part of that. Some schools are incorporating maths with darts, bullseye maths. They've all got Luke Littler shirts on. Put away your John Cena ones. They're doing dart players now. Yeah. He is an S for me all day long.
I mean, you like what Bridgie said there about the youngsters. You have a tournament now in February, the Winmore World Masters. At that event, all these players will be there. Well, not all of them, obviously, but the big names will be there. And you've got the Winmore Youth World Masters. And you've got a young man there called Jack Johnson. He's just turned 13 years old. He's about this tall.
Wow.
He's frightening.
Wow.
even I wouldn't want to play him now. You know, and the game is in such a good place at this moment in time, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think it's getting down to being bigger and bigger and bigger, Bridgie, quite simply because of what Luke Littler's achieving, and also that rivalry that's being created now from like the 80s. It was always John Lowe and Eric Bristow.
Yep.
Well, now it's Luke Littler and Luke Humphries. And listen, for entertainment value, long may it continue.
Absolutely. Who have you got next, Colin?
Right. Who have we got next? You're going to see it before I do.
Oh.
Paul Nicholson, the asset.
Nico.
Well, listen, for me, I love Nico a bit, so I've just got to say that. You know, he's a lovely fella.
Brilliant guy.
He works tirelessly where darts is concerned. He is a major champion.
Yep.
He won the Players' Championship. I think he's won 2 or 3 PDC ranked events as well, like Pro Tour titles and
World
whatever.
Cup finalist.
World Cup finalist twice. Listen, like I say, he was a great player, but I don't really think that Paul was around long enough. He hasn't been around long enough. He was sort of like there, and then all of a sudden he was gone from the circuit in my eyes, and I think to myself, where's Paul gone? You know, he's still around in the darts scene, obviously, because he works tirelessly in and around darts with commentary and whatever. But when you're looking at these players compared to what Paul's achieved, and I don't mean it disrespectfully, because he's a major champion. You don't get handed majors. But I'm looking, Paul's either going to be my first C or D recipient, I'm afraid.
And he would have no qualms with that. Look, as a pundit, he's an S. And if I want to phone up about his opinion, I do.
Yeah.
He's one of the nicest guys in darts. But he was completely the opposite when he was playing. I mean, I mentioned John Cena earlier. He actually came out to wrestling theme tunes.
Yeah.
And he played the wrestling bad guy. And the problem he had sometimes, and you know, he played Phil Taylor once, and he said in an interview, "I'm going to beat him up." But he realised that
Is he Scottish?
that would generate views, and he was great for it at the time. But look,
He actually waved Phil off, didn't he, at the UK Open?
Yeah,
one
I mean,
year,
it was great TV. But look, even he would be embarrassed that he's not on there. He isn't. He's a C or a D. He's a C or a D. As a bloke, he's an S.
Yeah.
Just
but
clarifying.
It's not about blokes and personalities. It's about your ability on the dartboard. And I don't know why I did that accent. But I'm going for a C or D. It has to be.
That's down to me, isn't it?
Look, why don't we do C now and see where we are at the end?
Let's put him up the end then. Let's put him up there.
Right.
Because we might swap it. No. That's it. Leave it on the edge. That's it. Yeah, 10 bit on the edge. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's out of order, isn't it? Yeah. Blimey. All right. Okay. Great.
We're not going to sit on the fence come the end. We're going to put them all in place. Right. Let's go.
All right, who have we got next, Michael?
Next up, we've got
Luke Humphries.
Oh, well. Oh dear, Luke Humphries. As Lloydie mentioned, you know, having a brilliant rivalry with Luke Littler at the moment. But there is, unlike previous rivalries, even Taylor Barney, where there was a bit of animosity. There is none here. Luke Humphries, a couple of years ago when he won the World Darts Championship, he did all the media duties with Luke Littler, obviously 16, lost the final. A broadcaster said, "Luke, we'd like to get you in our studio." Oh, sorry, no, Littler, not Humphries. He just won the World Championship. I mean, it just was so wrong and insulting. Get them together. But because of Luke Humphries, the way he is as a person, no issue, no problem. He's a gentleman. He's an absolute credit to darts and an incredible player. And he's going to go on to have a great rivalry with Luke Littler.
He completed the Triple Crown of major titles as well.
I mean, people hate the even thought of a Triple Crown. But yeah, he won. His first trophy was in the Grand Prix, and he didn't look back since. I'm inclined to go just an A. But then I look at it and I have him higher than Gary and Peter. A. What do you reckon, Lloydie? A.
For me, for what he achieved in that period of time, in my eyes, which was devastating darts.
Yep.
It was devastating darts. And I think if it hadn't been for this certain gentleman coming along, he would have won so much more, because that's how good. He worked hard. Behind the scenes, he worked hard on getting fit, on his focus, on absolutely everything. Like Bridges says, is he an A? Is he an S? For me, at this moment in time, I would do a Nico and just put him in between.
In the middle.
I'm inclined to say he's an S. I'm very inclined to say he's an S. And I possibly will say he's an S come the end of this.
Well,
but at this moment in time, we'll just leave it there, I think.
Luke Humphries said last Sunday he's lost his number 1 spot now to Littler. He said, I never felt like a number 1 because Luke Littler. And it made me feel sad. And I understood what he meant. I think I would move into S if he wins at Ali Pali come January. And I think for now, I'm going to go A.
Okay.
You're going to settle on that?
Listen, I'm going to go with the wise words of the Bridge.
Well,
edging to the top a little bit.
I'm seeing it next week.
I have to say, just touching on what Bridgie said there, I think Luke Humphries has been someone who's, like he says, he talks very well. He's very complimentary to other people. For me, he needs to have more carrot, less stick. And by that, I mean that he needs to be eating some carrot and stop hitting himself with a stick. Because I think he has been sort of like in the shadows because of what Luke Littler's done. But let's not forget what he's achieved as well. Because not only is he a really nice fella, he's a good family man, everything, but he does everything right. He acts professionally, he plays to the very best of his ability, and that's why he's won what he's won.
All right, who have you got next, Colin?
Who have I got next?
John Part.
Total eclipse of the part.
This is the hardest one.
John Part.
Oh my goodness, that makes me, I feel a bit sick.
Is that because of his world championship?
John has that effect on people.
Yeah. It's because I look at his food menu. No. Oh my God, that's the toughest one by a mile for me.
I think for me, like John Part, 3-time world champion, 1 world title in the BDO system.
1 world title beating Phil Taylor in that dominant era.
First overseas champion as well.
First overseas champion.
All right, blimey. Listen, just don't muck about.
I'll tell you what, Bridget, we can look at our script, isn't it? Hey?
Starts job for you. Hey, you're not working enough at the moment. Blimey.
A Las Vegas Desert Classic champion. And I had the privilege, and I'm going to say that, the privilege of competing against John Part at his best. When I was at my best.
And I didn't.
Tough. It was so tough. You know, if you went in with the wrong attitude with John, all of a sudden John would just go bang, 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 bang. You're thinking, John, just miss. And the thing about John, when he won that, his first world title, the BDO world title, against, funny enough, against Bobby George. John Part was just, I've got to say, he was just an animal on his finishing. His doubles, he just never missed. Every time Bobby must have sort of like looked up, bang, game over, bang, game over, bang, game over. And John was an ultimate pro, still is, one of the nicest people you could ever meet. But what a fierce competitor. What a fierce competitor. I was privileged to share the stage with him. One of my major wins was the World Match Play. And I beat John in the final. But I knew I had to be so focused. And I was so focused because I thought I can't give John that much because I knew he'd punish me.
How did it feel to beat him as well?
Oh, it was great. I mean, for me at that time, I was actually ranked number 1 in the world at the time.
Wonder when that's coming.
It was great in the fact that John knocked out Phil Taylor and John knocked out Peter Manley, and I just plodded on through to the final. I thought, well, I've only got to beat John, that'll do. And but yeah, it was big for me because John was not only a class person, he was a class player and a big name. And it was great. No disrespect to anyone else that was in that event. For me, if I wouldn't have been playing in the final against Phil Taylor, for me it would have been John Part. So I think John, for what he's achieved and what he's brought to the game and what he's done for American darts, North American darts, Canadian darts, what way you want to put it. For me, Party's an A. He's a definite A.
Are you in agreement with that, Michael?
I'm in complete agreement with that. I'm not going to add anything else to it. I think everything Lloyd said there is spot on. And John once did an interview because basically Alexandra Palace, all the pictures of former winners were on there.
Yeah.
And he went, "Where's my picture?" And he was deadly serious.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I totally agree. A. Without any shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
We'll settle there. Who have you got next, Michael?
Next, I have. Raymond van Barneveld, 5-time champion of the world, UK Open champion. He's won a hell of a lot. He's won an awful amount. It's so much, pretty much nearly everything in the PDC, especially in the era where he was right to the top. I have the utmost respect for this guy. He quit a few years ago prematurely. Now, to get back a tour card, as Lloyd will know much more than me, is extremely difficult. He not only has achieved that, he is still taking part in top tournaments, Grand Prix, match plays, which the likes of Dave Chisholm and Michael Smith aren't qualifying for. He is without any shadow of a doubt for me an A. He's no lower than that for me. When Phil Taylor was dominating the PDC, Barney came over. It was like Sol Campbell joining Tottenham, Arsenal from Tottenham. It was a huge move, which everyone was talking about, and it tipped the side of the PDC, and bang, it was a rivalry. And there was a lot of respect as one of the greatest world finals ever between Barney and Phil. But then there was a bit of needle between the two, and Barney pushed him on stage once. Yeah. There was a bit. Phil in the end got the better of him, but Barney beat him on many, many occasions. For me, Lloydie, he's an A.
Agree?
Well, no, this one I don't. I think Barney, for what he's done in the game, for what he's achieved, for what he's brought to the table, I would put Raymond in an S.
S, okay.
Quite simply because his dominance within the BDO system. Everybody goes, oh, the old BDO system. Everybody thought when Raymond made that step to the PDC, and the governor was Phil Taylor. Everybody knows Phil Taylor was the governor. You know, we were all sort of like clinging on. But Phil was there standing, yeah, you'll be all right. If I have a bad day, then one of you might step up to the plate, but only might. He came over and he did step up to the plate. He was the first one. We all sort of like stood up to Phil, but he was the first one in my eyes that sort of like really stepped up and won big things within the PDC system when people were saying, is he going to be good enough? Maybe, maybe not. And I think he was. For me, he's an S, but it's Bridge's decision.
So, Bridgie, I mean, the fact that he's a Dutch legend and all of his accolades.
Do you know what?
Does he edge into the S for you as well?
He does.
Yeah?
He does, because I've actually answered it myself in the terms of what he did from the BDO to the PDC and strengthening the PDC, because Phil didn't really have an out-and-out rival. Obviously, Lloydie was number one for a big period of time, but no one was beating Phil consistently. And Raymond came along and did. I think he beat him at a UK Open, Desert Classic, World Championship final. Got his better of him in many Premier League events. Do you know what? Lloydie's convinced me. He's right. He's an S.
Straight in on S.
He's an S.
There we go.
Perfect.
Well, it's filling up now. All right.
Down to our final four. Who have you got?
This one here. Oh, the Mexborough Menace.
It's a toughie, that.
Dennis Priestley.
Toughie.
Dennis Priestley. 2-time world champion, a world masters champion, all round fantastic guy.
First ever PDC world champion, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Yeah, first ever PDC world champion. And let's not forget, when he burst onto the scene, you know, everyone, all the big guns were at the BDO then. Dennis, on his debut, got to the final. Not only did he get to the final, he beat the late great legend, which is Eric Bristow, 6-0 in the final. And he played absolutely brilliant. And with that as well, that record stood for so many years. He had the highest average in a match of 102.46, I think it was, something like that. And that record stood for years and years and years. But an absolute gentleman of the sport. But we're not here about gentlemen. We're not doing that. He won so many tournaments. I mean, if you look at his record of the tournaments that he won, majors and big ranked titles around the world. Can't put Dennis, or I won't put Dennis any lower than a B. I just won't do it. You don't get handed, and the mere fact that he won a BDO world title and he won the first ever WDC or PDC, whatever you want to call it back then, world title, and he was a fierce competitor, typical tough Yorkshireman. You know, you couldn't put him on the back foot. If you were going to beat Dennis Priestley, you had to just keep at him and at him and at him. And when you got an opportunity, you had to take it. If you didn't take it, you were going to get beat. So for me, I'm torn between A and B. I'm going to go B.
I'm going B.
Okay.
I'm happy with that decision.
Straight in the middle of the list.
Right.
Have you got?
Okay. Mighty Michael van Gerwen. Now, Michael van Gerwen, for me, hasn't won enough world championships, only won 3. If you get a ticket to the World Darts Championship and you've got Michael van Gerwen, you're lucky. It doesn't matter how well he's playing, he, for me, has still got that aura, that green light. The lights go out and the green comes out. Mighty Michael van Gerwen. You're lucky.
Yeah.
He puts a lot of pressure on himself still in the PDC because he sees himself as one of the top. But if you said to me, Michael van Gerwen's just played, he's won 3-0. All right, he's just lost 3-0. All right, that's where we are with Michael now.
Yeah.
But before, he's won pretty much everything. Yeah. He's going to be in the Premier League for as long as he wants, unless he gets this, because the PDC would want him. He's a name. He's one of the biggest sporting names.
Bums on seats.
Bums on seats.
Yeah.
For me, it goes to S. I'm going to put Michael van Gerwen on an S.
Yep. Are you in agreement with that, Colin?
Listen, the thing about Michael, he won his first big major at 17 years old. We roll back the years and we're looking at this young man here now. Michael won a Wimbledon World Masters at 17 years old.
Martin Adams in the final?
Yeah, Martin Adams
hit
in the final.
9 darter in that tournament.
He won his first big PDC major in 2012, which was the World Grand Prix. I know that because he beat me first round.
How did that feel?
Yeah, great. No, it was listen. You knew it was only a matter of time. Michael, he won. He was the talk. He was the absolute talk of darts. And then all of a sudden he come over to the PDC. Well, when he come over to the PDC, and if he's in the right frame of mind, he'll actually admit this. To start off with, he was out of his depth because he was coming up against the likes of me, Part, Priestley, Adrian Lewis, people that would stand up to him. He wouldn't get it all his own way. Peter Manley, one of the greatest tacticians or one of the best mind games people you'll ever meet in your life. Michael wouldn't get his own way, and so he had a good few lean years. But then all of a sudden he won that first World Grand Prix, and all of a sudden it was just a firework went off, a huge firework, because he just went on a dominant display for so long, and the only person that was stopping him really was Phil Taylor. So for me, I agree with Bridgie.
Straight in on S. Top of the table.
Right, I'm down to the last one.
Go on then.
Could it be you? Could this be your lucky number for a lottery win?
Could it be you?
Oh. You got to take it away here.
The crafty cockney. Listen.
Oh my goodness me.
What can you say about this man? I mean, he won absolutely everything. 5-time world champion, 5-time runner-up in the World Championship. So there could have been possibly, like the name he had and the player he was, we could be talking of Eric as a 10-time world champion. 5 World Masters. Umpteen tournaments around the world. Well, I mean, umpteen. You can't, an A4 piece of paper, you'd fill it in and then you've got to turn it over and keep going. And then you've probably got to get another piece of paper. He was the first ever superstar of darts. You know, you had the legend, which is John Lowe also, and their rivalry in the 80s was second to none.
Even the Bobby George days.
Darts, yeah.
He's definitely the number 2 of the future.
Yeah.
You'd say about Bobby.
Yeah,
and
that's it, yeah. And the thing about Eric, I think me, Bridgie, I'm not going to go on too much, which is a first. Whenever you're at darts and you see that name mentioned, you don't need to say anything.
Straight in. Can you agree with that, Bridget?
I agree. And I think he probably could have won more, but from what he's done to other people as well in terms of Phil Taylor, he brought Phil up, he helped him, he sponsored him, they fell out of each other. He goaded Phil, and Phil won to kick him up the backside. And when we lost Eric in Liverpool that day in the Premier League, darts has never really been the same. Yes, he can be controversial. Yes, behind the times with things, there was never any malice towards it. But look, he was the biggest of that era. Darts isn't on another stratosphere now. And you know, it's sad because what Eric would have thought of Luke Littler today.
Yeah.
You know, Eric was so proud of his darts. He was a big football fan, but so proud of his darts. He was what the PDC is now, glamour, glitz, and people cheering and go. You know, you've got some older players like Martin Adams who would want the best of all the quiet. Yeah. Eric will go, oh, if you want that, go and play snooker. We're here to play darts.
Yeah.
That's what Eric Bristow was. He was glamour and everything like that. So it's very sad that he hasn't seen Luke.
Yeah.
For me, there's no debate. I totally agree with Lloydie.
There was one nice thing about with Eric Bristow. I mean, there's a player that I used to do a lot of travelling with called Dennis Ovens, the Heat.
The Heat.
And I sat there with Dennis one time, and we were at the World Championships. That was when we used to play at the Tavern.
Yep.
And Phil come walking in. I said, "Oh, Phil's here." And then Eric walked in. And by no means comparison or anything like that. And Dennis just looked at me. And I think we were just looking at a newspaper or something. Looking at a paper. He was looking at his paper. He goes, "Do you know what?" I said, "What's that, Den?" He goes, "You always know when Eric Bristow walks in a room." He said, "Because the whole room goes like that." Oh, Eric's here. Eric's here.
Yeah.
Eric hadn't played on the circuit then for possibly 10 years. But obviously the work and the punditry work he was doing, you always knew when Eric come into the room. So listen, that was without a shadow of a doubt an S.
Right, the final one. Look, if they've missed the one out, I'm thinking it is. But this has been a complete waste of time.
And who is that? Who is that before you lift it?
It's Phil, the Power Taylor, the 16-time champion of the world. I mean, I'm not even going to bore you with what he's won. Like,
He's already decided.
The World Match Play is the Phil Taylor Trophy.
Yeah.
He is straight in there. Yeah. S is for straight in.
Yeah. There you go.
No mucking about. We haven't got an N. I mean, come on. I mean, this just...
Yeah, I think for me, Bridgie, is as soon as you say darts, that name and that name. You know straight away the one of the greatest at one time. In my eyes, at this moment in time, there's still time for change.
And he brought him up.
But the greatest.
Yeah.
He is the GOAT. You know, you can't take away from what he's achieved in the game and what he's done for the game. Because as soon as he walks in, even though he doesn't throw anymore, people get up and give him a round of applause.
But he doesn't throw anymore. I did an exhibition a few weeks ago and I was expecting to, ref. And we sat down and I went, oh, blimey. Yeah. But because he's been standing up for like 30 odd years, winning trophies. And look, what he is going to do or he's doing is putting it to another audience. But what he did, when the PDC moved from the BDO, they wanted to just give players more money, a better way of living. They never expected 20,000 at the O2. But that's where we are with darts. He is the greatest of all time. And I'm excited to see where we are going with that man there. Yeah,
very excited.
Amazing, Phil Taylor. All right, and guys, before we end it, we have actually got someone sitting on the fence who needs to be placed, either C or D. And I have got a surprise.
Go on.
Before you clear that one.
We've got to clear that one up. Is Paul a C or a D?
Look, it's nearly Christmas. Like, I can't give anyone a D. Let's do C for Christmas. Charisma. We got it in abundance. All right? Go on, Nico, we'll have you there. Where's he going? Come on.
So you're placing him on C?
Yeah, look, I mean, get your comments in, everyone. See what you think. You know, there's no right or wrong answer, is there?
No, there isn't.
But I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the B. I think the B is the debate. The B is the debate for me.
Oh yes, moving Luke Humphries. There's no midway point. It's either.
I'm sort of like tipping towards that.
Yeah, so, if he wins in January, then he's there. But Luke Humphries, if we do this in a couple of years' time, which I'm sure we will, and I hope, but he will be there by then.
So are we going to keep him in? We can't keep him halfway.
We're keeping him in. Are we allowed to keep him in limbo or not?
No, sitting on the fence.
We've not set Nico in limbo, have we? We can't even have him in limbo.
As it's Christmas then.
What? Are you in agreement? Are you going to settle there?
You can't take away from what he's achieved in the game.
Do you not think it's a tad early?
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is because he is going to win more world titles.
I love him.
He is definitely going to win more world titles.
Yeah, he will, absolutely.
He's definitely going to win more majors. And listen, he's just a frightening player.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. He's not going to win any more majors. Sorry, Raymond, I don't think you are. No. If you turn up, you might. And God rest his soul, he's not going to.
No.
He is, and he is. And that is going to be a rivalry for the ages. That's going to be the rivalry of Eric and Lowy and those two, what they had, and them two, what they had as well. So for me...
Fine.
All right, you're going to settle it there.
He's staying in S.
There is one last player which I have purposely left till last, and that is Colin Lloyd.
Lloydie, Jaws. I mean, I say great things about him behind his back and to him. He's This is a really, really good one. Former world number one, former match play champion. I mean, you won plenty in your time, but the biggie eluded you, didn't it?
It did, the biggie did. Do you know what, Bridget, if I'm brutally honest, I never even come close to a world title. Never come. I got to the semis. I lost in the semi-finals one year to beat Manly. I just think I poured myself into everything I tried to do. I was a professional darts player. I went to everything. People said, you never skip nothing. And I said, no, don't. I'm here to earn money. I'm here to try and earn money, achieve, and do the very best I can. And I think it just got to Christmas, and I just had nothing left. The tank was sort of like, if it wasn't onto the red, it was very close to it. And I just never had nothing left for Christmas.
Do you know what? I mean, in the Phil Taylor era, many would have said it was quite boring. And the way we've developed in darts now is that sometimes Phil would, if you'd left a 50, you know, back in the day, if Phil took out bullseye, so ex-players would have said it's disrespectful. Now it's not even thought about. That's where darts was. And Phil would win pretty much anything. And if he went out of any competition early, like losing to Andy Calaby in the Grand Prix, it was big news. For Colin to have been a world number one in that era, and I know it used to get up his, it used to wind him up big time. He didn't feel he got the credit he deserved sometimes. For me, you're a very, very solid B.
That's very kind.
Would you agree with that? Where would you place yourself?
I like to think I was a very fierce competitor, and if you weren't on your game, you will get punished. And that's not blowing smoke, you know where, but I was good. I was very, very good. I certainly wasn't a superstar. I certainly wasn't in, although I've played them guys and I've beat them guys, I've beaten everyone on there, well, apart from Luke, because I never played him. I don't think I ever played Luke Humphries either. I've competed against the best and played against the best in my time. B, I'm very satisfactory with that, quite simply because the guys that are in the row B, they're class players. So if Bridgie wants to put me in B,
I will put you in B.
I will very happily accept B.
Well, here you have it, guys. This is the darts tier list put together by Michael Bridge and Colin Lloyd. Phil Taylor being the GOAT of the tier list. Thank you so much for watching. Do get active in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know if there's any players that are missing that you would have loved to seen on this list. Thank you to both our guests, Michael and Colin. And I've been your host, Charlene Smith. Make sure you like, share and subscribe so you never miss a showdown. See you soon.